welcome. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is, I have to say, an exciting day. You know, you're familiar with Jane Goodall, the great zoologist, anthropologist. Jane Goodall devoted a big chunk of her life to studying chimpanzees, wild chimpanzees. She spent years in the jungle observing them, learning about them. And in many ways, I feel like I've been doing similar work over the past 8 years, observing Donald Trump. No offense to the chimpanzees, but... And after a while, I don't know how long exactly, but Dr. Goodall spent most of her time watching them from a distance, began to interact with her fellow primates, and last night, that happened to me too. Because when Donald Trump gave a crowd in Indiana, Pennsylvania, yet another review of my performance at the Academy Awards.
Remember the Academy Awards? I said how he's the worst host in the history of the Academy Awards, and this stupid guy goes up, and just before the Best Picture of the Year, the show is almost over. They're waiting for the Best Picture of the Year. He gets up and he says, and his wife said, please don't do it. Please, darling, don't go out. His manager said, don't do it. I have to do it. He goes out and reads my truth to the entire audience right before the prime time, the Best Picture. And it said, basically, he is the worst host in the history. He reads the whole thing. And then I think he said something like, ha, 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 he thinks he bothers me, or some crap like that. I said, he's one of the dumbest human beings ever. He should have listened to his wife. What a dope.
Isn't that sweet? He's confusing me with one of his sons again. Wow, do you think he's flirting with me? What is this? When I die, I would like that to be the clip they play at the Emmys in memoriam montage. He even worked my wife in there. Should I be worried that Trump has mentioned my wife more times at his rallies this year than his own? I also want to point out the Oscars were more than 6 months ago. He's still stewing over this joke. He keeps bringing it up, which I don't mind at all. In fact, I love it. I just wish he would quote it correctly. I didn't say, ha, 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 he thinks he bothers me. What I said was this.
I just got a review, and has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less-than-average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Get rid of Kimmel and perhaps replace him with another washed-up but cheap ABC talent, George Slopinopoulos. He would make everybody on stage look bigger, stronger, and more glamorous. Blah, blah, blah. Make America great again. Okay, now, see if you can guess which former president just posted that on Truth. Anyone? No? Well, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still... Isn't it past your jail time?
You'd think he'd be able to remember that Barbie herself was laughing at him. And listen, I know your cognitive abilities are declining faster than the price of Truth Social stock, so if it helps, I'm happy to send you one of the many products commemorating what I said to you that night at the Academy Awards, so you never forget it again, like this T-shirt, or this coffee mug, or this coffee mug, or this coffee mug. There are a lot of coffee mugs. Maybe you'd like a hat, or a wine goblet. If you ever see Melania again, you can give that to her. Or perhaps you would like a bandana to put around your necks, or a sign to put on every hole of your golf course. I'd be happy to send you any or all of those items. Just let me know. They're my gift. And also, for the record, my manager wasn't trying to talk me out of responding. This is my manager. His name is James Baby Doll Dixon. He was backstage vaping when this happened, so... But since you think my wife gives good advice, maybe here she is with some advice. Molly, please.
Hey. Hi, darling.
Hi,
darling. Hi, everybody. Donald, thank you for your support. And I'm glad I have your attention because 1 in 3 women currently in this country is living under an abortion ban because you stacked our Supreme Court. Thanks to you, women in 21 states can't make their own choice about their own life and their own body. And 10 U.S. states make no exceptions for rape or incest. The party you run so bigly and so beautifully, the party that cares so much about motherhood, just blocked a bill that would protect our access to IVF. Women are dying, and good doctors are quitting because they can't get or give the reproductive care women desperately need. So my advice for you is to shut up and go away. Go to Mar-a-Lago. Spend all day, every day, cheating at golf and masturbating to Newsmax, and let a competent woman take over. That's my advice. Thanks for listening.
He says the same to me. Thank you, Molly. What's with the trophy?
Oh, this is the Emmy that I won for executive producing the Oscars that were hosted by the worst host in history.
Well done. Now get home and make me dinner. You know what? I'm just kidding. She can't cook at all. I do all the cooking. But let's get back to the fact that the election is in 2 months. Every poll has him trailing. And this is what he's thinking about, a joke. This is what he has to talk about. He has no plan for anything. He's too scared to debate again. Nearly 2/3 of Americans say they want to see a rematch after the TKO he suffered 2 weeks ago. Can you believe that was only 2 weeks ago? Trump says it's too late for another debate now, which is ridiculous, but also interesting because for a guy who is so obviously afraid of Kamala Harris, he can't stop yammering about how much smarter Joe Biden is.
She's not as smart as him. He's not smart. He never was smart. He wasn't smart 40 years ago. He was a hale and hearty guy, well met. Did you ever hear Shakespeare? He was hale and hearty and well met, but he wasn't a smart person. But she is a very dumb person.
And I know dumb. You ever hear of Shakespeare? No, honey-baked Hamlet. They never heard of Shakespeare. Nor did Shakespeare write the words hale and hearty. That is a soup, in fact. Everyone but him is dumb. Everyone but him and this guy.
I wish that I could take you on our campaign plane and give you the perspective that I've gotten of this country in the past 7 weeks. This is the coolest, other than being a wife to this beautiful lady here and a father to our 3 kids, the greatest honor of my life has been running for this office.
What an unexpected delight this J.D. Vance has turned out to be. Everything he says is wrong, but he is a wonderful wife. You do have to give him that. The stock market hit an all-time high today. Inflation is the lowest it's been since February of 2021, which is not good news for Trump, who's been barging into grocery stores to brag about the size of the crowds outside.
I hope the press got the crowd outside. Did you see the people? Did you see the number of people?
I mean, I've never seen
I wish they reported it. If the press were honest, they reported. But the number of people out there.
Yes. We've never seen this many people outside the Sprinkles in Kittening, Pennsylvania before. But the main reason Trump made a stop at Sprinkles was to point out, I guess, how much they're overcharging their customers because he played a quick game of The Price is Right.
Chicken is way up. Canned fruits are up 27%. Butter is up 30%. Crackers. Who would think of it, crackers? Crackers are up 40%. Oh, that's terrible.
40%. Crackers are up 40%. Trump media stock is down 80%. Why, we would have been better off investing in a box of saltines. And let me tell you something. I could watch Donald Trump walk around grocery stores 24 hours a day. He gets so excited. You look at all his food, all the brightly colored signs. He followed that Price is Right deal up with a chart showing how much costs have gone up since he was in office, which you see the price of coffee is now $9.99 under Kamala. Where is he buying $10 worth of he has no idea how much coffee costs. And then on the way out of the store, Piggly Wiggly showed the locals how rich he is by handing one of them a $100 bill.
Here, it's going to go down a little bit. It just went down $100.
Thank you so much.
We'll do that for you from the White House, all right?
Thank you.
All right, bye. Nice seeing you, everybody.
God bless you.
Beautiful. There you kids?
Yeah, they are. 3 boys.
Perfecto.
Perfecto. Well, he's going to buy that swing state $100 bill at a time. But it is nice to see him paying someone who isn't a porn star for a change. Meanwhile, In New York today, Joe Biden, who is still the president, spoke before the UN General Assembly for his final time in office. He warned his fellow leaders to never forget some things are more important than staying in power, which got a huge laugh from the Russian delegation. And while it may be hard for Biden to leave the world stage, it was also hard to leave the actual stage.
God bless you all, and may God protect all those who seek peace. Thank you. My fellow leaders.
Oh, it's the old Delaware do-over. But yesterday, the Trump campaign posted an ad asking residents of Georgia to vote. But the only problem was they used a picture of Georgia, the country, not the state. But that's how unconditionally Donald Trump loves this country. He doesn't need to know where the places are or even what the places are. He knows what he needs to know and then some.
I'm Donald Trump, and if I'm elected, I'll be a president for all Americans. From the great state of Georgia, I love you, Georgia, to our beautiful New Jersey. From Arkansas to Minnesota. I'll be your president whether you're from Austin or Charlotte, Mobile or Buffalo, Boulder or Little Rock. I'll stand up for you and for people around the world, from Turkey to Seoul, Greece. I love Greece. Greece is great. To New Delhi. From Baghdad to Barragays. To my all-time favorite, China. So come to the polls on November 5th and let's make America great again.